Yo! How you guys doing? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I have returned again. Let's go. Hope you guys are doing all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Feels good, man. Getting good stuff. Oi. Good morning, Mr. Ramos. Good morning, Null Exception. Good morning, Red Aside, Mr. Capushman, and Shady11 Good morning, you guys. Let's make some games, shall we? Hope you guys are having a good day so far. Making good progress on your own games, maybe on your own work. Hello, Arcane TD, my man. Good morning. And Ulas on YouTube and IO sub as well. Good morning, you guys. Sup, my brothers. Did you try Gothic yet? I did not try Gothic yet, no. I'm gonna try Gothic when the game's getting close to release. Let me see. Gothic 1 remake release. 2026. When it's released? 2026. Okay, Gothic is an upcoming... The game is scheduled to release for PlayStation 5, Windows and Xbox in early 2026. So probably next year. What I'll do is, close to the release of the game, I will play the Gothic games. And that will most likely be Gothic 1, Gothic 2, and then the prologue of Gothic 1. Or Gothic 1, prologue of Gothic 1, which we can get on Steam right now, right? Gothic 1 remake Steam. Pretty sure you can. Right? Yeah, so you can play the Neuros prologue. I don't know how long that'll be. And then I can also ask these guys to give me a key for the game, by the way, when it comes out. I have like a contact within THQ that I can email and ask for a key. So maybe we could even play it early. I don't know.
Hello.
Maybe. Right? I think that depends on how well my YouTube does. So I'll probably have to up the YouTube game for that, chat. So we're gonna have to do some more reactions and gameplay videos and stuff, right? Pretty sure we can, though. It's possible. Guten Tag, wie geht's? Ich hoffe, deiner Familie geht's gut. Danke, Jonathan Smith. Ja, Zoe's getting better. She's still a little bit hot on the head. But I think that's because it's freaking warm today, right? Wettermünster. Oof. Oh, yeah. Oh, my. Golly. That's not looking too good. Yikes. Oh, yeah. Hello, Haskas. Good morning, my man. Damn too hot. Yeah, it is really hot here at the moment. I think it's 34 degrees or something right now. Not looking too hot. And yeah, this is when I go to soccer around that time. Oof. Oh, yeah. There's only 2 degrees difference. Monster love that cheese. True, yeah. That's an actual cheese. I think the game looks really good. It has been updated quite a lot. I wonder what this is. Can't even make out what this is supposed to be in the game. I know that. Looks good. But these are the goblins, right? And their little cave systems, yeah. Who is that? Lee? It's difficult to say. Oh yeah, that's the old mine shaft, but there shouldn't be a torch here. I feel like they fucked this up, unless this didn't collapse yet because it's in the past, but this looks too good. This needs to look more weathered, but yeah, I guess I'm stretching a little bit, but yeah, haven't seen the screenshots. Maybe I should look at them later. What's that supposed to be? Wait, is that the bridge from the very beginning? But there's a waterfall here. That makes no sense. I don't know where that's supposed to be in the game. And I know the entire map. New torch totally ruined. Yeah, it's supposed to be believable atmosphere. And an old mine shaft does not have a burning torch. An old mine shaft that is collapsed does not have a burning torch. Here, Gothic 1. Eingestürzte Mine. Images. You can't see it in here. Oh, there it is. This is it. There we go. Here. See, like, this was the image. This is the original image. This is supposed to be a mine shaft. You can see at the top here that is submerged by rocks. Eingestürzt in English. And that's supposed to be the same mine shaft. You see the difference? This is dark. This is bright. But again, this could just be because it's the prologue, and in the prologue this hasn't been... This is not eingestürzt. What does eingestürzt mean, man?
Countdown to next bad take. 30 seconds.
English? Collapsed. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So you can see the difference, right? Gothic remake looks bad. I don't think so. Necessarily, no. I don't agree with you. It looks much better than before. But we'll have to see how true they can stay. Yeah, see, this is an old... This is good again. This is an old tower that is collapsed too. I wonder if that's the part where that's close to Ian. Is it Ian?
Code formatters?
Oh, Cavalon, not Ian. Wait, they kept this. They kept this part. I don't like that. They kept something that wasn't originally in the game here. I don't like this part. The map worked very well. They don't have to... but we'll see, right? We'll see. Oh. I don't like the hero. I feel like the hero needs to look a bit different. Guys, I mean, we only have this guy to go off, right? Yeah. Maybe they'll change the hero. But yeah. Yeah, I could talk about this all day. I could literally talk about this all day. Okay, so I gotta be honest here. I'm yeah, you know, one of these people in C++ that tell you how to use the language and tell you that you're terrible when you don't use templates or you don't use the most modern C++ features and they can code 10 times better than you. That's me when it comes to Gothic 1 and 2. That's me. I'll tell you what to do. And I'll tell you, like, I take a look at everything. And when I see an old mine that is collapsed and I see this and I'm like, okay, wrong, again, try again. You lost. Games most of the time get butchered when they remake. Yeah, I know. Because it's not the same team that is making the game. I get it. Yeah. Remember when I got you access to Gothic Cakez? Yeah. True. Anyways, let's go look some of the stats. Tangy TD SteamDB. No, it's TD, demo app. It's one person in app. Not many are playing, of course, because I didn't stream. Dead game, yeah. Let's actually look at some of the demo stats. It's difficult to look at them now, though. Simply because they're already stats. There's already all of these old stats in the demo too, right? So for example, oh wait, actually that was not marketing and visibility. Sorry, wrong click. This one here, the 25 minutes. Difficult to say if this moved at all, right? 1,200 plays. Gameplay time is less, so less chance of player count overlap. Yeah, it is a little bit less than before. How long does the new player need? Since you need more reacts, do more per stream this time. We're gonna start with optimizing C++ code, the Jonathan Blow react. We'll see how that goes. IO. I'm just yapping a bit. But I have to say though, guys, considering the feedback that I've gotten from you so far, and thank you very much, AQ, for... I did not have the time to read what you typed me yet, but thank you very much for cleaning up the Discord a little bit. It's looking much better. Trying to make disabled, yeah, trying to clean it up a bit. It looks great. And then politics is now very far down that we don't need, right? Where's politics? I don't even know where that is. Maybe it's gone. Oh, it's here, politics and stuff, yeah. Really good stuff. He's done a good job. Yeah, I was gonna look at feedback here. By the way, guys, I managed to fix this problem. I want to talk about DirectX for a second. No. This problem right here, this is Yvonne's. He plays the game. Compatibility, like he's playing the game on Linux. There we go. And then all of a sudden the game freezes when he just plays normally. It just stops. You see this? He can't do anything. And actually yesterday I isolated by chance, just by chance, I isolated this problem to this function right here. Get containing output. Does anyone know what that does? Like, why is this used? The fix is easy play on Windows. What is that doing? I tried to Google that yesterday. Didn't really give me much of an information on what it is. If this method succeeds, the output interface will be filled and its reference count will be incremented. When you're finished with it, be sure to release the interface to avoid a memory leak. The output is also owned by the adapter which the swap chain's device was created. You cannot get containing output on a swap chain that you created with. Create swap chain for composition. So, I guess they didn't translate that call well. So, if I disable this call, apparently this has to do with some vsync options. The game still runs normally. And so just by disabling this one call, I fixed the bug for him freezing. And I fixed the bug for the guy crashing on startup, which is now closed. I can't find it. I think it's this one here. I failed to get DXGI output. This guy was, let's disable that. Kalisprat was not dying, was crashing on start. And it would happen here on this call. It's a bit odd. I wonder what that is. Does any one of you guys know? Are there maybe any DirectX champs in chat that have used this function before? Just monitor related stuff. Yeah, I read as much on the internet yesterday. Microsoft. Wait, didn't I just read that? Was that a different one? DXGI output interface represents an adapter output such as a monitor. So what I read yesterday was that this DXGI output thing can... Let's say the graphics card, right, has 3 inputs or outputs that can go into monitors. A DXGI output interface could be one of those outputs. And then what you could have is your primary monitor could be on this output right here, but it's not actually connected. And the computer is smart enough to understand that there's one connected here, but it's not the primary. This one is the primary, and then it messes up a little bit. It's actually possible, but it's a bit weird. Anyways, so yeah, disabling this helped, and now we have no crashes, I think. So all fixed. which is awesome. And then we have a small little, a couple more bugs. No quit button, we're gonna do that today. And then there's another bug in the demo. It should always be 2 stars like that. I'll try to do that then, yes. The thing is that the stars are usually in order, so they're always in the same position. Could not recreate it. I moved the save files to be in the same spot as the original bug, so seems to be fixed. Awesome, so this one's fixed too. See guys, we're fixing a lot of bugs, and the awesome part as well, I don't have that many people playing this time, right? But also, there aren't as many like feedback posts about the game being bad or there being issues in the game, stuff that they don't understand. So that is a good sign to me that most of the game is very much understandable. Keep it in order so we know which challenge we failed, Cakes. We use the get containing output function to determine on which monitor mostly your current swap chain is active on. Aha, you use the get containing output, okay. No feedback is good feedback, as they say. I have a problem with starting Tangy TD and RenderDoc. I can't see rendering pipeline. It's a scandal. Anyways, so I'm very happy about this. And hopefully, now that the game is out again, it's going to lead to more wish lists. So what we're gonna do today is first look at Mr. Blow here. And him optimizing gameplay code. That seems to be very interesting. I want to watch that. And then we'll watch, update the Steam page. We've got a lot of stuff to work to do. On the page, so that it reflects the current state of the game, what it looks like. Because these screenshots are outdated. They are no longer correct. And the appeal of the game is much better with the new screenshots. So we gotta amp this up. Get the best screenshot in the first part. Could you make Tangy's town left clickable? Took me ages to understand how to respec. I'll think about it. It's not the first time I hear about this. The question is though, can we... Does this make sense, if that makes sense? Because... right click always opens the skill tree. In game too. So once you know that you right click, like it's literally a tutorial that shows you how to right click on the tangerine. I get what you mean, but I just don't think it's... I thought Cakez was gonna optimize his code. We have done that before. But yeah, let's see. Optimizing gameplay code. What I did in the past was... what was that called? Sleepy? Yeah. I used this application called Very Sleepy. That was actually very helpful. You could select your executable and then double click it. It'll give you samples while the game is running, and you could keep it running for some time. Just wait and then abort. And then wait, actually abort? Was it abort? Wait a minute. Never mind. How was it? Wait, did the game crash? No. Let me see. Stop instead of abort. Oh, I see. Is Tangy TD... refresh. Tangy TD still in here? Am I blind? Process. ST, yeah. You could find your executable in here, then you double click it and it'll open up this profiling, Very Sleepy profiling over a couple of seconds. And I was told that 20 seconds is the best way to do it. Now, obviously nothing's happening in the game right now, right? But yeah, 20 seconds, you sample it. And then once you're done, you stop. Boom. And then it'll open up a list of functions that took time, essentially. And it'll sort them based on how long they took. And then we have these different columns here. And this is the interesting part. Exclusive means it's just that function. And inclusive means inclusivity, that it's the function and everything inside the function too. So for example, or is it the other way around? So let me test. Draw background. No, inclusive is everything inside of it too. And then exclusive is just the draw background function without any function calls. And you can see here that for the draw background function, you can see the code here actually. That's even cooler. Here it is, draw background function. That the entire function took 13 seconds out of the 20 seconds, so quite a lot of time. And the longest or the most of the time is spent in the plus operator. And you can see here that in draw background, when is that happening a lot? Well, it's literally plussing stuff together like here. Let me test. Yeah, it's the vector 2 plus operator. And so with that being the case, can you optimize this draw background function? Maybe. Because what's happening here in my case is, and that's crazy by the way, I go over all of the tiles in the game and I draw them one by one. And this is how many tiles I have. I have a resolution of 960 divided by 16. So 60 tiles on X. And then we have 540. We divide that by 16. We're sitting at 33. So I think I rounded that up to 34. So 34 times 60. That's how many iterations I do here. Just to draw one layer. And for those of you who know how that works, it's not only one layer when you do this. You have multiple layers. Like for example, you have the grass as the background, and then maybe you have the road on top of the grass, or it's part of the grass, but then you have the taller grass that is on top of the grass, and then some more foliage objects that are on top of that grass and stuff like that. And so this is a good way to start to see which function in your game takes the most amount of time during whatever you're doing. And then, but there's a better option actually on how to optimize your code. This is good. It's a good start. But if you want to go a step further beyond, right? That's when you go and you use a thing called, it's not DirectX with the game here at the top. It's called the Tracy profiler. When you include this, what you can do is generate a macro. I did that, you don't have to. But essentially, I generated a macro called measure scope and give it the name. You don't have to give it the name. You can also use a macro to get the function name. And then you call the zone scope n. I did a macro because I was doing something else as well. You could also just call zone scope n. And what this does then is, I think it needs a little bit of background so you understand how that works. You first have to get the Tracy compiler, obviously, right? Sorry, not the compiler, the profiler. The Tracy profiler. And you can get it right here on their GitHub Tracy. On the releases page, you can get the Windows zip file. And inside the zip file, I guess I can download it, it's fine. Inside the zip file, there will be two things. You have the... Oh, actually, the zip file is the one that you need to start. You have to use the Tracy profiler. This is the executable that... I think I actually have that. Tracy profiler, there it is. When you start this executable, it shows you... it shows you a window that is looking for or trying to connect to applications that run Tracy. So my application runs Tracy. Only when I profile my build though, so I have to actually I've set it up in a way where I want to profile the code. So then I set up this define here. Essentially, you include this stuff. You run your game with this stuff included, and then it will show up here if you did it correctly when it's running. So let me build this again. So it's actually doing the profiling as well. Let me run it. Once it's built. Here we go. And then when I run the game, it's gonna complain about Steam not running. That's fine. It should show up here. Let's see if this works. Or maybe I have to restart the Tracy compiler. Let me test. Sorry, not the compiler, the profiler. It's not showing up. Let me test why that is. Hey, forfeit effect in English. Why does that not work? Did I not build the entire define Tracy enabled if dev profile? It should work. Steam is not running, so it is running this. Doesn't work. Yeah, let me check why that's not the case though. Let me think. What did I do wrong? I think he's gonna use the duck face for the thumbnail. What did I do wrong here? I think I have the profile defined in there, do I? I do. Oh, wait. I see. I needed to enable the define here as well. Okay, so I found it. The problem was this. I had this enabled instead of this. And this one was using the profile code variable, which I don't put in here. I don't put that in the release build, which you can. It'll give me some warnings here because there's some redefinitions of megabyte, gigabyte defines. I've defined them myself too, but that's totally fine. And then when it's built, now it actually works. You can run your game, your program. Boom, when it's running, that's when you can go and start the Tracy profiler executable. And what you do here is you just extract this somewhere. I put it on C for me. So Tracy. And the cool thing about this is that here, now it shows up. When you double click this, it'll give you this thing right here. Which is, if you zoom in, can you actually do that or do I have to hold it? When you zoom in, it shows you the entire frame that it took. What it did. It did rendering, which took a long time, and it did update game. And I have to like get rid of, like, get more used to the controls. So most of the time is spent in unlocked rendering. So that's a lot of computations for UI and stuff. Like drawing the text here, or calculating the position for the text here, drawing all of these, or building the constructs for all of the quads and stuff in the game that are part of the UI. That's this part right here. And you can see that this took less than a millisecond. So 800 microseconds. So if we're talking about optimizing your game, let me do control. If you're talking about optimizing your game, you would look into this function if that's the bad part of the game, right? That's taking too long. And you'll try to figure out, okay, what part of unlocked rendering is slow? And the way to do that is with these zone scopes. You do a zone scope N, and that's mostly all you need to do, really. So for example, unlocked it's called unlocked rendering. There we go, there's the measure scope. And then what I would need to do in this function is go into parts where I think, okay, that might be, maybe update editor is slow. But we are not in this part. We're not editing the level right now, so that can't be it. We are also not in the background. We are not taking a screenshot. We are running the level. So this would be where I would need to look. Okay, so which part of this running the level, which is somewhat of a big function, takes a long time. And then I would have to put measure scopes or zone scope ends in here and then see how that affects this bar. Which part of this takes the longest time. And that's very helpful. I've used this to basically make my game go from 60 frames per second and maybe even 40 frames per second when there's a lot of enemies on screen, all the way to 500, 600 frames per second. So I was able to times 10 at minimum, maybe 15, my performance for my game. And I think that's all you need for basic performance in your game. So that's like a big intro to the video we're gonna watch. Let's see what Mr. Jonathan Blow, has for us. This is like what I showed you right now is the noob way, I guess. Like the way that like 90% of programmers in C++ would do it, right? I think that it gets you there 95% of the way, unless you have something really crazy going on. I think that's all you need. But hey, there could always be something more. So let's see. It's a long video. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. All I do is stare at YouTube thumbnails and never watch Satch. I optimized my game so you don't have to. Good idea, bro. Cakes, when I click my functions very sleepily, it does not show my code. Am I supposed to point it somehow? I don't know, actually. I think what it's missing for you in very sleepy might be debugging information. So, for example, it is here. What it's missing, it might be the PDB files. I don't know what you're using to what you're debugging there, though. Okay, anyways, let's see. Let's watch this.
We're going to run just the x64 debug build.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to show you some things.
Okay, cool. And this is for J, but I think this can
now,
also...
as you know, as you get closer to a game launching, you start thinking...
True. See, like that's one of the... I already paused. I know somewhere out there is already really mad that I already paused the video, but it's a really important point. Okay, I hope you get mad. Get mad, come on. 18 seconds done, yes. This is actually what happens, what you should be doing. You make the game first, then you start getting feedback. You notice that something is slow. You're like, okay, I've locked in most of the mechanics of the game. Time to optimize.
About what are the platforms it's going to launch on, and how do we run well on the lower end platforms that can't do as much graphically and can't do as much CPU.
Like the laptops.
Like, hey, I did all these things to get the game working.
Wait a minute. I'm so sorry, Mr. Jonathan. I'm on top of you. Let me move. Yes. There we go. There you go. Please don't move, okay?
Swept some stuff under the rug, and like maybe it's time to take care of those things that I swept under the rug, right? So
yeah.
One such thing. I think we're rebuilding shaders because we did a lot of shader work. All right. Go to the overworlds.
This game looks amazing, by the way. Looks really good.
One such thing is that when I wrote a lot of the gameplay code initially, this gameplay code is about getting these different universes with different rules to like...
That doesn't look too good.
Right? And sometimes it was very challenging. There was some stuff I had to rewrite like 5 times in the beginning or whatever, not an exaggeration. So, and in the process of writing this code, I didn't know what was going to be the best way to represent things and all this. And so, you know, sometimes you write code that's very easy and lazy. So for example, if you think you're going to have one screen levels with just a tiny amount of puzzle stuff and like 10 manipulable entities, like I thought this entire game was going to be for the history of the game, then you'll write a lot of like n squared for loops and things that search all over for stuff. Because you're like, hey,
so for example, what I would do is when I thought that, okay, I'm going to have at most 100. It's a lot, but at most 100 transparent objects in my game. I need to sort them because... if you don't sort the transparent objects, then all of a sudden they're on top of trees, right? Or on top of like 2 trees behind each other, they're on top. This sucks, right? So I need to sort them. What I would use is bubble sort. And then all of a sudden I had more than 100, 200, and I had like 10 FPS.
Hey, I'm just prototyping the game, but B, maybe this will never need to be faster anyway, right? And then, you know...
Huh?
Oh, what just happened?
Oh, that happens to
trying
me
to show
too.
The overhead map, but it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, it's lagging. Oof, it's lagging like crazy.
Anyway,
Goodness. Terrible
we
game.
can unfog and show the whole map.
Oh my
So,
god.
like, there's actually a lot
big.
of stuff on this level, and there's more stuff than you can see here. So in terms
What
of
the hell?
interactive entities,
Looks like
there's about
Minecraft.
7,000 or 8,000 of them.
Wow.
And why are there so many?
8,000.
It's like sometimes we have barriers made out of rocks and stuff, and those are regular gameplay rocks, and they add up. And like all the little level entries count, and all these things. So
Bubble sword, yeah. Yeah.
It's time to pay the piper on some of this stuff before the game comes out, right?
Yeah, what's the FPS now?
When we go onto lower end platforms such as the Gamedev, or one presumes the Nintendo Switch, or this laptop.
Hey guys, has someone played my game on the Steam Deck yet? Is that possible? Any Game Deck enjoyers here? I wonder if you can, because it's literally just Linux, isn't it?
Which is a ThinkPad X1 Carbon, right? These are all lower end systems with lower end GPUs and also lower end CPUs. And it turns out that the CPUs are slow enough that some of the gameplay code that I wrote on such a big overworld where it was not intended to run becomes very slow. And
it's basically Linux. If it works on Linux, it will work on the deck. Yeah, we managed to make it work on at least all of the Linux systems that tested my game so far. So right now, there's not a single system or not a single person that told me they can't run my game. I wouldn't worry. Our game ran smooth like butter the first time we ran it. We had 0 optimizations down on the deck. Really? That's crazy.
it's extra slow in debug build because it has all these asserts. And so
yeah,
you're gonna see it worse. So the thing is, there's stuff happening off this screen that you can't see where objects are moving.
Yeah.
And every time those move, we call this function called post move reevaluate. And that does a bunch of stuff. And so you see our profile here is very noisy. There's these giant spikes every time we call post move reevaluate.
I don't see that.
We'll look at this function in a minute because it's instructive. But post move reevaluate, I was like, why is this slow? And it's broken up into a bunch of sections, right? And the most expensive of these
Wait a minute.
5.
I can't see post move reevaluate. Where's that? I don't read that here at all. Is this guy lying? Guys, am I blind? There's no post move reevaluate.
All right.
Graph at the top? Oh, so you mean these spikes here? That's the green stuff, but it's not showing up here. I was hoping to see the post move reevaluate functionality here.
Section 4 and all these things. And in this view, you can see when I go on section 5b, these giant spikes in the graph light up.
Well, Linux testers and Windows, true.
The graph. That's our slow thing, right? So where is 5b? Well, it's called from 5a, which is called from 5, which is called from post move.
Oh, I see. So the entire post move function is what he's looking. Oh, wow, that's crazy. I wonder how he implemented that. That's insane. Is that his own thing, or is he using He's not using a library. Let's face it, right? It's his own thing. Crazy.
Evaluate, which is taking 13 milliseconds per frame. This is in debug build again, right? But it's good for your debug build to go fast, right? So 13 milliseconds per frame
is not enough. It's too low.
That's very bad, right?
Yep.
That would mean, if you're going at 60 FPS, which is not considered a high frame rate on PCs in 2025. If you're going at 60 FPS, right, you have, 33 milliseconds? 120 FPS, you have 17 milliseconds for the whole frame. So 13 milliseconds for one function that isn't even doing anything interesting.
Hey, no, wait. What you talking about, bro? 1 divided by 60. You have 16 milliseconds, not 33.
And that's being called in a spiky way. That's really bad. Now, again, it's not actually this slow because it's
I wonder what he means.
Build, right, on this PC, the release build runs pretty fast. It's like less than 1 millisecond, but
holy.
1 millisecond is still a long time on video games. And again, running debug build on a fast machine
He misspoke, yeah.
is a good way to sort of simulate like what if your machine was slower. It's not apples to apples, but as a first approximation in terms of telling you what are the big fatty
targeting
things that
30?
you need to attack.
Okay.
That is what it is.
Yeah.
What is the reason to go beyond 60 FPS? Oh my God. Oh my God.
120 monitors, bro. It feels butter smooth. Just play it. You know what it is.
So, so that's the goal. I have a goal of making this function faster, but we can't get to it yet today. I'll explain why. All right, let's go look at the function.
What is he using, by the way?
Let's go. Okay, here's post move.
Oh, he's using Emacs too? Like him and Casey Moratori, is Emacs that great?
Reevaluate. This is a bunch of stuff that we call, it's a turn-based puzzle game, essentially. Although some turns are timed, right? So it's kind of real-time, kind of turn-based. And every time
Bruh, look at the input. You have a manager, then you have like a support to update. What the hell? A move transaction? And then your dragons can breathe? Transaction blocking player? Damn.
turn ends, we run this code, and it's, you know, it's not at first glance that much code. It's only,
what?
you know, 230 lines, but it calls a bunch of other functions that do a bunch of other stuff. So here's the infamous section 5 that was the slowest part. And
Chat, this is the part where he is using Tracy, right? He's downloading Tracy and then shows how to use Tracy. That's how it works, right? Jonathan Blow is using Tracy here, right?
section 5 is figuring out when things should fall. And because I wrote this code very early on, because, you know, if you're making a game, you got to know when stuff's going to fall, like really early in development, right? So this code has been here forever. And what do we do when we're going to see if something falls? Well, we look at every entity in the world and we ask, is there something under this entity supporting it, right? Still, and if not, it should fall. And as you can imagine,
like a double
when
for
there
loop.
are 8,000 movable entities, you don't really want to do that anymore, right?
Would the best thing to do in this case, rather than ask, are you falling, have a list of falling entities? Could even be references or like IDs, falling IDs. So like you have this falling IDs list. That's what I would do. And then it's like, okay, so this guy's falling. That's what right. And so when you update your entity, which you need to do, I don't know, 20 times a second or 30 times a second. When you do that, you also check below you. It's like, oh, am I falling? Yes. Add myself to the list. That's what I would do. And then I just ask the list.
For each one of these, we do stuff like iterate over all the active transactions to see if it's in there, right? This stuff is about actually creating a falling move for things.
Quicksort, guys. I saw Quicksort.
So this almost never happens. But
bro, how can you read this code? How can you read this, man? Like the comment goes off the screen into Africa and then it appears on the left again. What the hell? And then this one right here, the comment is, it starts on the right and goes all the way to the left. Is that Emacs? 1 kilometer tab space? Yeah, as well. Like his tab space is crazy, bro. How can you read this? Chat, type 1 if you can read this or not. I can't. Like, I need comments this way. How is it on the bottom here? See, like, he did it right here. It's 4 spaces, bro. Yeah, I need 2 spaces, actually, to see my code. Because sometimes I have, like, these gray... You see that? Goes all the way to the right. You don't read it, you feel it. It's fine. I do it sometimes, yeah. You have no choice. So this is because of Emacs. 40k, it's just the lines. It's not the indentation level, bro.
So this 5B, we sort...
He needs an 8K monitor, yeah.
all the things, all the thousands and thousands of things on the overworld, and then blah, blah, blah.
His monitor is longer than his desk, bro.
Okay. So now, where there was a specific thing that I wanted to look for. I'm trying to remember what was the function.
I think that's what I would do already. Make the test for falling function into the update function of the entities.
That also takes a lot of space. So section 4, let's see where that was. Section 4 is also non-negligible. The reason I was looking at it, so again, you know, debug build is not exactly a good approximation. And if you look at the release build, section 5 and 4 are a little closer. It's still like section 5 is super expensive and section.
What's the release build though? Oh, so he's just saying that it is. I thought we could see that here.
Expensive, but the ratio is a little closer than this, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, what's section 4 here? It's figuring out if guys should get crushed by stuff that's on them or monsters, right? And it's like, why is that taking a millisecond per frame, even in debug build? And the reason is, because for every monster, we're calling this is a prime example of just like what happens in programming. All right, for every monster, when we start writing this game, we're like, oh, there's not going to be that many monsters on a level.
Yeah,
what,
true.
10? Well, on this level, there's like hundreds. All right, so first of all, there's like hundreds, and then we call way single stack because if there's too much weight and the monster's not very strong, the monster gets crushed. All right, so what is way single stack? It sounds simple, right? Whoops, I spelled it wrong.
Oh god, he doesn't have control W, guys. He can't do this. Watch. What is get Harvard item index? He can't do this. He can't jump. He needs to search the function. How do you program like that? They're just making it more difficult, isn't it? Or am I just stupid? Jump to definite, yeah. There's got to be a way to enable that in Emacs, right? Or maybe they program without IntelliSense. He does have, he isn't just using it. It has a shortcut for everything. He doesn't use it. Yeah, I think he doesn't. You guys forget that white people can't jump? What the? With Emacs and Vim, you can customize everything. So people have started calling them PDEs, personalized development environments. Guys, if we make a new game, I'll test out NeoVim again. That sounds really fun as hell. Like customizing it to a point where it's really fast, maybe without any like crazy IntelliSense stuff going on. Now we're talking, yeah, well, we'll see, right? It's gonna be fun.
Simple. Collect full support stack. That just tells us everything that's on top of this entity, and then weigh the single entities and add up that weight, and that's the total weight. All right. So now, what is collect full support stack? Well,
it goes through all of the entities.
Here's the thing. The way your data structures are set up is very important, right? So if you could just query a data structure that says who's on top of me, then you would just follow that up like a linked list. Everyone who went to computer school knows what a linked list is. It might not quite be that simple because maybe there's some weird pathological cases in which more than one thing is on top of you. Even in a game like this, that's a grid-based game, that's actually possible in some very rare cases.
Computer school,
I don't mean more than one thing at a stack, but more than one thing at one level. So it's a little more like a tree. It's almost never a tree, but in very rare cases.
So he says he has a linked list of entity pointers that he goes through to know which one is on top. All of them in the linked list are on top.
So if you have that data structure, it's very fast, but we don't have that data structure. And it wasn't clear to me early on whether we were going to have that data structure or whether we would need it. In fact, I thought we wouldn't. So what do? For every entity, every monster, which I've already said there are hundreds of monsters, right?
Yeah, I know he's saying he doesn't have that, but I was trying to understand what he means.
After every move ends, we go and see how much weight is on the monsters. And how do we do that? Well, we go over every gameplay entity in the world and we ask if that entity is standing on the monster. Right?
Yep.
Who is that entity supported by? Is it the monster? Okay, this is actually this probably shouldn't be true. This shouldn't you probably should weigh on him if it's by teleport, but whatever. The point being, We
Bug
do that,
found.
and then we add it to the list, the array. Okay. So for like, let's say it's 300 monsters. I don't know how many it is. We could find out in a minute. Let's find out.
It's an array of entities.
It'll take a second.
How does that work?
Bug build monster.
Just a question, guys. For those of you who've been programming in J, I have. It's been a while though. This is an array that the size, I suppose, is not determined yet. So I guess this array grows auto-magically, depending on what allocator you have defined in your own allocator thing. Because you can like decide what allocator to use. If it's not doing that, then it's using it's a dynamic array that allocates memory based on what is written in this context, or if I remember correctly. So it'll either do a heap allocation, or if you decide to tell it something else, it'll do whatever allocation, right? So you can feed it your own allocator and then it allocates from there. But it's dynamically growing. You could think about it like a vector in C++, I guess, right? This is a vector in C++. Okay. Yeah. So a list. He said to use a temporary allocator here. Yeah. I think it's using some temporary allocation. I'm subbed. I got Twitch Turbo ad. Weird. That's actually really weird. Yeah. Twitch is going down the drain, bro. I'm telling you. Like they're showing ads when there's no ads and stuff. Crazy.
Let's find out.
Holy, what's this?
It'll take a second to load again because the bug build monster. Select all. Okay, it's only 140 monsters. No problem. So for 140 monsters,
it takes 1.7 milliseconds.
We iterate over 8,000 gameplay entities.
Oh, times 8,000.
Let's call it 8,000. So let's just say it's 100 monsters, just to round it down. So 8,000 times 100
80,000
is 800.
Oh, 800,000
iterations,
crazy.
and then you round it up for the 40. You know, it's a million, 1.1 million steps through this loop.
Bruh.
Every time you move in the
that's
game.
Crazy.
It's merely one of the things that's happening, right? So when people ask why is software so slow, it's stuff like this.
Yeah.
Matt's asking, is the game CPU bound on most machines? Not on most machines. On Steam Deck, it is a little bit. But the thing is, it's spiky is the point, right? So all this stuff
that's
happens
bad.
when a move ends, and there are timed moves. And so if your frame rate is spiky like that, that's really unpleasant.
Yeah.
You don't notice it right now on a desktop PC, but you do notice it on Steam Deck. Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
And you probably will notice it on Switch too and all this stuff, right?
Yeah. And for my game, that happened too. When I had a lot of enemies spawn, it would slow down on laptops. And even on some weaker end PCs, it would slow down too. So let's say I had like 50 to 100 monsters barge into the map. That's when the game would go from, you can see it's 60 now. Actually, it's behind me. But it would go from like 500 FPS down to below 60. It was unplayable. And that's and the thing is, it was literally exactly the same stuff that he's doing here. I had the same issue. Little bit different though, because I make a tower defense game. So this guy right here and this guy right here, when I have a bunch of heroes on the map, they look at every single hero on the map. Even though this guy cannot physically reach this guy, he's checking him, and him. While he only potentially needs to check all of the heroes in this little area, his red bubble. And so the optimization that I had to do was to chunk this entire screen into small little chunks, and then only look at a portion of the screen, not the entire screen. And that's actually what Vampire Survivors is doing, by the way. For those of you who are wondering, how can Vampire Survivors spawn so many enemies and the game still runs really well? That's what they're doing. It's, well, you could call it chunking system. And my game is chunked, yeah.
So, all of this is just to say that I have this goal in the short term, like this week. I want to rewrite this code.
You don't have to take me seriously, Nutter, but thanks for the explanation. Sorry, tried to help. Okay.
Right? What do I want to do? I have a data structure that goes the other direction, right? And it's probably one to many. Although, when I was saying it could be like a tree, I was thinking of supported via teleport. So maybe if we don't do that, it really could only be 1-to-1. But just in case, it's a 1 to n where n is small data structure, where anytime we say, who am I supporting, that could be a fast query. And then there's other things we would do too to make it faster. Like instead of searching every monster in the world.
I don't understand that I don't understand that at all. I find his, and I've seen that before on Casey's coding style too. So he's talking about entities getting crushed. So like I have like a dude and there's something on top and it's crushing the dude. What does that have to do with support? I guess support is carrying someone? Supported by ID?
Only search monsters who moved or who had something move on top of them, right?
That could be too. Yeah.
What's wrong with that? So, you know, so that's two directions in which we can make this faster. And by the time we do both of those things, it should be plenty fast.
It's the carry that carries the support. So I am carrying someone on my shoulders, and if I have too much weight on me, I get crushed. And I find that a bit odd. Like for me, it looks like it's gonna be like 5 entities on top of me or something, right?
Fast on all machines, even if it's not the most optimal code. Okay. How do you do this responsibly? Back in the early days, when I was just getting into games in the 1990s, I would have just been like, fuck it, I'm going to write a new data structure. And it wouldn't have worked very well. It would have had all these weird bugs that would have taken a while to debug, and the game would have been kind of broken. And I wouldn't have known that because I wouldn't have tests and all that. All right. So now we have tests for the game that run through every level. In theory, we'll get to that in a minute. We have tests that run through every level and replay all the levels. And so you can write some code that validates that your new code gives the same result as the old code, right? So here's what I could do. When I call collect new support or collect full support stack, what I can do is I can fork this function off. I can call this one collect full support stack old. Pay attention. This is a super good software engineering technique. This is like one of the amazing things that you learn to do. All right, so we can say old result is the old version of this, right?
Yeah.
And then we say, we write a new function that uses my data structure and all that, and we say collect full support stack new, and then we say assert arrays are the same or whatever. Right? This just asserts they're the same length, and then asserts all the members are the same. It's not quite an array compare because it would be legal for the order to be different, right? But so you do this and then you return new result, right? And then you run your tests over all your levels and you verify that this returns the same result for your old algorithm and your new algorithm. It probably won't in the beginning, maybe because your new algorithm has bugs and that helps you catch the bugs very quickly. Maybe it gives you different results because your old code had bugs, right?
See, you know what I do when I do something like that? I just do, for example, let's say update projectiles. I would just take the entire copy, the entire function and just copy it, and then I call it 2. And so then that's the old function. I guess I should call it old, right? But number 2 would be old. And then I would just work on this function until it works again. And I always have this get angle real. Yeah, get angle real. Yeah, true.
And then that's a good thing to know. And then you can even leave this in here over time for a while, only triggered in debug builds or something, just to validate things. Okay, super valuable. If you have this test suite. Now we have a test suite. However, and this is the but, and it's a big but, not all our tests pass right now. They should, like, okay, the way our tests work is we record input for each level and we play back the input. And there's actually 2 kinds of tests. I'm not sure that was a good idea ultimately, but our original tests that I programmed first were untimed. They just say what the keystrokes are and the playback code like waits for the keystrokes to finish and so forth. But the other kind of test is a timed test because, you know, if an object's like moving out in space and you want to move at a certain time, then to play, you need to play back that event at the right time, at the same time as it did when you input the things, or you won't get the same result, right? So these tests are supposed to deterministically play back. Now here's
just a question though, because I don't fully understand. So he figures out that a function is slow at the 3-minute mark. Somewhere here. The section 5 is slow. And then he says, okay, it's slow because it's doing that for every entity. Then the solution is to, I guess my solution would be this to test for fall. This fall test. It's like, okay, when you update the entity itself, just test if you are falling and then write to a list of falling entities. And then that gets populated every time you update, you run the simulation. So you already have the solution to this problem, right? I don't understand why are we now, like, what are we doing? Like, essentially, what are we doing right now?
Play code so the correct result changes, right? Or we change playback correctly. And sometimes, though, that's for legitimate reasons. Sometimes we fix bugs in the gameplay code so the correct result changes, right? Or we change timings in levels, or we change some rule about how...
I'm trying to understand what this has to do with the test cases. And I suppose what he's saying here is you write in your function that works or that's faster, and then you make sure that it still passes all of the tests. So let's say you identified the problem, you keep the old function, and then you write in your function that makes sure that the result is still the same, and then you run your test cases on the new function until it works, and then you get rid of the old function so that you now use the new function. So basically what he's saying is you identify the problem, you find a solution to the problem, you keep the old function because that works, it's slow but it works. You also call the new function, and then you compare the results. If that's still the same, if that's is correct, then you try to run the game on the new function until it runs. So I guess that's a nice way to do it.
certain interactions happen and the correct outcome changes, and then all the tests we reported.
Yeah, so that's what I do. Yes.
That's legitimate. But there's also, though, some bugs in the system somewhere. And what these amount to, I think, and we're going to explore this for the rest of tonight, but what these amount to, I think, is...
I don't write tests. I do the tests by hand.
It's just little bits of either non-determinism...
Hello was on YouTube, my man.
Or the playback code not really understanding what the constraints are on when an event should be input, which seems like it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just putting that into the universe of discourse here, right? So the problem is, so we have 900 something tests in this game, right? 900 something levels. And
okay. Holy.
If most of them work. So you know, some of the ones that break are really, really long ones. And if a test is really, really long and has many, many sequential steps, and something in there is a little bit flaky, it's not that surprising if it doesn't reproduce exactly all the way till the end. So like, I sort of have this attitude about that. Like, fine, not all of the tests need to work, but we've definitely had just cases where more things break than we would like slowly over time. And again, it's confusing because maybe that's a bug I just introduced, but I'm also working on the gameplay code all the time. And so maybe the legitimate outcome of an operation changed and all that, right? Okay.
Which video is, by the way? I'm going to link it in a second.
The reason I'm saying all this is for this comparative, do the old support stack and the new support stack and make sure they're the same. For that to work, you want your number of test fails to be small or zero. Ideally, it's zero, because then all your tests work and it's great, right? But even if it's not zero, if it's like a handful of the biggest, most complicated levels that are known that they don't test correctly,
I see.
That's fine. But when it's like 111, which is what it was the other day, and maybe you run multiple times and you don't even get the same 111 without making any changes, then you can't use the tests to validate this thing exactly, right?
Okay, I see what he means.
So, I mean, well, it's weird. Okay, so you can, the part that compares the arrays and makes sure that the arrays are equal, that could still work. But of course, you're inserting this, and it's probably not the only change you're making in this code and all that, right? And so to validate that the outcome is correct, not just that some leaf way down in your code is
just play the game by hand.
the correct result, but that the
Right?
outcome as the player sees.
But yeah, I mean, in his case, he's making a puzzle game with a lot of different levels, small levels, right? Then test cases make more sense because you can validate the levels much faster than playing the game on your own. Like, for example, if you do a Vampire Survivors clone game, you don't need to write that many tests because you just play and see if the function that you implemented, let's say, enemy run towards the player while colliding with other enemies, still functions. You just look visually, okay, so they collide, they don't overlap with each other. Okay, works, move on, right? You don't really have to do a test case for that.
Use it on the screen is
Just
correct.
play the game,
way
man.
You validate
True.
that is through the test suite, right? And if you,
Yeah, he cannot play hundreds of levels by hand. No, you can't.
if there's this miasma preventing you from being very clear about that, that's a problem. And so that's the chain of dependencies. Like I woke up today, I started thinking about, hey, it's time to fix some of this gameplay code to not be super slow. That felt really good, that idea. And then I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be hard to test. So we want to investigate why some tests are failing and then try to fix them.
Okay. So I think the part where he talks about the
Yes,
testing,
asserts that
this part right here, that's a cool idea. In his case, it's more nuanced, which is why like the last 6 to 8 minutes doesn't really apply in a general sense, I would say. I mean, I guess it does. It depends on the type of game. But for the most part, the first part was very insightful with, you identify a problem using different means. And I always recommend it. Like this one is a really cool program. If you don't have your own implementation, which most of us don't, right? We don't know how to write these crazy debuggers that allow us to look into the function and how long it takes each frame. Just use something like Tracy, I would say. And then identify, okay, well, get entity by ID is a really small part of this. Seems to not be the problem here. And then just try to figure out which ones of those are really slow and then try to fix those. That's what I would do. And when you have tests, that's a good idea, actually. Getting the old result and then comparing that to the new result, that's a cool idea. I like that a lot. Tests have massive costs, but they are great at giving you confidence in refactoring your code. The thing is, though, which kind of test do you do for your game? It depends on the type of game. I agree with you, totally. But for example, let's say we're talking about Vampire Survivors. Let's keep that example. What type of test would you write for that game? What would you test there? I think it's just faster if you play the game to test it, see if it works. You could say, okay, I test getting an upgrade, then clicking on the upgrade, and now the upgrade is part of my unit, my hero, that is now using the upgrade. That could be a test. But I feel like, yeah. Which video will we watch now, Cakez? Now we're going to work on the Steam page, guys. We're going to add... what is it called? We're going to add more GIFs to this page and make it look better while also playing the game and then adding in... What was it called? We're adding in... Why can I not play here? It's interesting. Is it because of Tracy? I think the Vampire Survivors example is more like... I need to refactor the function that gathers entities close to the player. I can verify the list of results before and after. Yeah, that would be it. Or for example, for an attack, right? I try to attack with a lightning strike, and then the lightning strike has an area. While before I would get all of the entities in that area as a pointer, for example, a list of pointers. That worked but was slow. Now with the fast version, I get the same list to see if the list is still, it still amounts to the same amount of entities. Maybe even the order doesn't really matter as long as it's the same amount and all of the IDs are the same. I wouldn't know how to test unit test. Well, that would be in a case though, Mr. Ramos. The same way that Factorio tested his game. By playing and comparing end results, Cakes. Wait, so Factorio, they just played their game? They didn't write any test cases? There's no way. Really? You sure about that, bro? Sometimes you change one system and it affects something else you don't account for. You forget to game test it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alright, guys. So what we're gonna do today in the game. And let me actually build the game again so that it's not profiling the code. I don't want to do that. And we'll do this. I want to get some screen to GIF. I want to get some GIFs done here. This part. What the hell? There we go. We have this here. We need to record some more. I want to have a GIF for the boss in the game. And then I want to showcase the different types of units. The best ones that I have implemented yet is the Ranger. And the Defender. Those two have really good abilities. And then we also... Let's start with making something that is easier to do. A quit button that most people have asked for. That would be the fastest to implement, and we can collect already collected really big, really fast W. Cakes, the test itself is playing headless. Tests are automated, Cakes.
5,000 bits.
Just kidding.
That's interesting. Do you have like some resources for that, Folkman? That sounds really cool. I want to see how that works. Cakes YouTube, Factorio test. Graphic mode tests, 2 minutes. So this is how Factorio tests. What's this? Oh, Factorio just keeps playing the game. I don't understand. What is this doing? Hello, Chris. How you doing, man? Oh, God. What the hell? It launches the game a gazillion times? An auto player? And what's it doing? Is it doing random stuff? Automatic testing? Okay. What the hell? What's going on there? I have totally no idea what that is. What the hell? He hired 16 people. No, he hired 16 Koreans to play, bro. Not people, Koreans. Because that's the, like 16 fakers. Damn, that's fast. It's kind of snapshot testing, where you replay actions and expect equal states at some point of time. That's just one faker? True. I mean, I don't even know how I would program that, bro. What the hell? Like, is it just a random choice? Just as one Brute War player? Yeah. Guys, you don't know StarCraft 2, that's why you react that way. Don't you know the Faker meme? Do I have to show you? It's a meme, guys. Here, Faker meme. Where is it? Faker multitasking meme. Here we go. There we go. This is Faker, that's a Korean. Okay. It's supposed to be a meme. Wait a minute. It's very loud. Sorry about that. Here we go. That's the idea. Hey, this guy's just so fast. Okay. Lighten up, little dudes, okay? This guy's even programming. Holy, connecting? Wow. It's playing Minecraft too, okay, bro. Yeah. Goodness. Oh, he's winning in PvP too, man. This guy is just Wing all the time, bro. Yes, so that's the idea, okay? Lighten up. It's all scripted in the test. What to do and what end case to Oh, so there's just multiple test cases. Let's do it like do action A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then that's one test. And then they do another one that's doing the order in a bit differently. I see. So it's just playing the game really, really fast with in different orders. Hello, Cakez. Why are you on the left side today? Oh, because we were watching a Jonathan Blow video. Let me move back. Thank you. Appreciate that, bro. Interesting. Okay. So that's how Factorio tests. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I would have to test my game too. Some blog post stuff. Oh, I see. That sounds interesting, bro. We could implement that at some point in the future. And then try that too. Factorial lines of source code over time. Guys, 250,000 lines of source code. You see that? Example of fixing a simple bug in the game. Oh my god, that's 50 minutes just to fix a single bug? Bruh. What the hell? 3 months ago, Factorial Let's Fix video number 1. Yeah, I can't watch that on stream, but that sounds interesting. Linear growth. Have you seen your own Cakez? Yours is minimum 2 hours. That's not true. It depends on the bug, bro. Okay. But okay, let's add a quit button here. That sounds interesting. I might watch that off stream when I have time. Actually, let me put that to Discord. Here we go. Watch offline. And then we can do this. Do on stream. Bot testing, I guess. Here we go. Maybe the refund button has higher priority. Oh, wow, look at that. He points at me. Goodness. All right, so let's do a quit button. Very easy to do. Because we have that in the game already. Main menu. Quit. Do button menu. Test. Push modal. Leave game ID. And then when we are in town... Options menu. Display options. I want to also do the quit button. But here we need to have a button position. Let's see, UI space divided by 2. And then UI space dot y divided by 2, but it's gonna be plus some pixels. Let's do 60 for now. And then we need to put that on top of this by, let's say, 4 layers. And then the scale, not sure what that means. Let's just keep the scale like that. How many wish lists did you get, Cakez? I don't think I got many wish lists. I try not to look at that too much anymore. Do menu button. It's why is that complaining? Because it's missing scale? Aha. Okay. What does scale do? Okay, so the scale I guess is 1. Alright. On Rainbow Six Siege, we had about 600,000 auto tests or something like that. Wait, you worked on Rainbow Six Siege? I just got a job, my man. Congratulations, bro. Nice. Where's the quit button? No. Where's the quit button here? It draws UI stuff. Let's put it on 10, or let's say 50. Wait, is it? No, it is. We are doing the menu button here, right? Yeah. Ah, it is here. Okay, so it's just not on top. Wonder why. Or cause display options already increases the layer by 5. So I guess we'll do another 10. Shouldn't say that loud. The new Siege is under Damocle's sword a little bit. Should say that loud. You worked at Ubisoft for 8 years. Damn. And then left before it went down. Oh yeah, Ubisoft is having some issues. That's true. Cool. And so what you're saying is for a game like Rainbow Six Siege, which you would also just have test cases that you script yourself. Like, for example, you spawn in the world, you buy this weapon, you move there, and then you shoot. And I wonder, like, did you record input for that, or how did you do that? Like, for example, let's say you move, I don't know, 10 meters in front, and then you rotate to the left. Is that how would you use recorded input, or how did you do that? Do you know this? Do you have a playlist for the music? Yeah, I do. Here you go, bro.
Hello.
Oh, I see the playlist. There's no playlist command. Here we go. There you go, bro. Let's see. UI space divided by 2. And plus 40. Let's see. Yeah? Oh, I see. It's gotta be 40.0f. No, it was done with some sort of visual scripting, like blueprints. You would rotate, equip, shoot, etc. with nodes. And then you had nodes to check states of entities to verify your test cases.
TV just
Ah. Like, did this unit take that much damage? Oh, Mumphy TV, I appreciate it, man. And Danka, thank you very much for following. And Gambashira, Birsha, Sharma, sorry. Thank you very much for following too. Do you have a playlist? I sent you the playlist on... I guess it's here. Yep. Eh? Bro. Get on with it, bro. What you talking about? Eh? You stupid? What? Oh, I see. No, I sent this playlist on Twitch, on YouTube, man. All right, you good now? There we go, finally. How much do we need? 60? 68 or something? No. 88? It was done like that because with that setup you could take your more technical QA and they build tests instead of us programmers. Yeah, actually, I was gonna say, sounds exactly what like something that you would need in a big company like that, because not everyone is able to build like a programming test case or program something, right? And then programming a test like that probably would take too long, and so someone coded an interface so that you can just drag nodes and do stuff. That's cool. But I wonder how that works in the backend then. If you say, okay, for example, like you said, right? Visual scripting, you would rotate, comma, equip, shoot, etc. rotate. I wonder how that was done. If this was just rotate. And I like how would time... I guess you have a rotation speed, right? You rotate. And when you are done rotating, that's when you shoot. But could you also do rotation? You keep rotating and you shoot at this. Okay, I guess you can, right? You keep shooting while you rotate and stuff like that. Notice Cakez was about to say that. It's like building an AI to play the game as the player. Cakez, kind of how these tests work. All right, guys. So we have a quit button here. I see. Big ass quit button, yeah. We pop the options menu and we push the leave game ID. And then you guys can quit. And the quit button is also right next to each other. Yeah. I like it. I think that's good. So that would be the first thing on the to-do list that we did. Some leave game button, we have that. Cool. Nice. Now that we have this, let's see if there's some other stuff that we can program before we do the GIFs for the game. Selecting an enemy show stats. That's a bigger one that I want to take my time with. Level 2 is too difficult. I'll think and play the game off stream. Quit and save? Yeah, it quits. It always saves the game. There's no need to save manually, bro. Shield orbs hit buried. Yeah, let's fix this issue right here. Shield orbs. Whenever I use this ability in the level here, it'll hit buried targets, which is not what I want. Let me see. We have a bow here. Looks good. Then I suppose we can get a shield on this guy. And yeah, like the 0 or the 5% attack speed items, they kind of suck. I agree. I have to see what I do with those. Let's get to a point where we can spawn these guys. Shit. Well. Good stuff. I'm really happy about the result of the playtest, you guys. Because it just shows me that many of you guys really enjoyed the game. And I'm gonna put shield orbs on this guy. Yeah, it's hitting the one behind. It should not do that. Okay, good. Let's see, shield, orbs. Create active ability, there it is. This has to be it. If it's not triggered while we have shields. Oh, we spawn missiles, yeah. Then when it's triggered, we have missiles. Update the missile position. Draw the missile. Missile collider. Attack enemies. This is still inefficient. It uses all of the enemies. Cakez, what exact sentence now? Just work on content. You said that 4 times before. How are you gonna limit yourself from reworking the game this time? I have a deadline where I need to put out the game for the Steam Next Fest, and so I need to have enough content in the game at that point. And I have built, like, I'm currently at the point where with my ability I have built the best I can. I can confidently say that system-wise I have built the best I can, and I am unable to make the game any better. I do not see a single, other than minuscule things, like, for example, you know, stuff like this, or that being too difficult, or like a little bit of content of showing the stats of the enemy when you select him. And then maybe also working on the UI here over time, figuring out a better way to display this UI at the bottom. But for the most part, the changes to the game systems in 1 to 2 months you will have become more wise, and at that point you could do better. Maybe, but I don't see a big improvement on what I could do to the game even in 2 months. I could maybe flash out the anime animations a bit, and we will do that. Next week we will work on animating the goblin. We'll give him a walking animation, for example. But I don't see myself reworking a system in the game anymore, especially given the feedback that I've gotten. Not a single person that gave me feedback so far has talked about how the nodes are laid out. That might change. But otherwise, all of the other systems, all of the systems in the game, they work together now. There's like, you have an incentive to keep replaying the same map until you have 3 stars. Why? Because you can get more upgrades. More stars means more upgrades, means more fun. And you have an incentive to keep leveling up your heroes, because you can try out different builds. You can respec for free. There is missing a tutorial to show you that, but it's there. The functionality is in the game. So all of the functionality is there and does not need to change. No, the items are not too shit compared to buying other units. You're wrong. That is not correct. Items are quite powerful, quite fast. Why not move the skill tree to the item functionality? Why would I do that? Absolutely not. There's a reason why the system... Anyways, so let's just keep going. So for enemies inside rect count. I wonder what rect count means. Target count. I think it hits all of the targets, right? So it's just wrecked, yeah. The enemy collider. Wreck collision, missile collider, yeah, missile collider. So for enemies inside wrecked, do. And then that is the missile collider. Cakez, are you going to nerf the slimes? Why are they so tanky? They're just slimes. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't have the time yet, but I will play a bit more of my own. Okay, so we have enemies here, but I probably want to do targets soon. But for now, it's only attacking enemies. I want to have shield orbs on units as well. And you're wrong too. Okay, I'm gonna ban collector stuff. I do not spawn that. I spawn 2 slimes. You're wrong. You didn't play the game. Shut up! Shh. You are wrong, sir. You did not play the game. Alright, so if... I'm gonna do collision detection again, because I think... Let me see. So we take the missile collider, the area... And... What the hell? No. That is the wrong function. That looks at all of the enemies. This one as well, that's also wrong. Uh-oh. For enemies inside area. For enemies inside area. Auto lambda. For entities inside area. You already nerfed the slimes, right? The first demo version, they were brutal. Yeah, they are nerfed. So I think they are good now, but we'll see. Dude, this was looking so much better than the last time I saw it. Did you improve all of the art yourself? Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I tried making it look a little better. It's not feedback. It's just talking some bullshit. There's nothing to do with feedback, my brother. And you know that. For heroes inside area do. Okay, we kind of want to build this function, I think. Let's see. 4 entities inside area do. I think that is the function, right? Yeah. Wait, I have 2 functions though. Like I have this. No. This is in chain target. Yeah. So this is the function. And then we need to write the same function, but inside rect. So that would take a rectangle, target components, and then it'll do an auto lambda function. We get the chunk area, or rect position, and then over here rect dot size. And I wonder if this is, if I rotate it. Gitanze, my man, good morning. What happened with the 5 animation? This guy never wrote back, so I'm just gonna leave it as that. 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals 17. You were 3 slimes off. You're kind of right, but I spawned 2 at... Yeah, I know what you mean. With the new respawn system, it encourages you to spread them. Because you can get more value if you build different areas. Collector watched TK play, so he's correct. You spawn about 20 slimes. At least in that version, Cakez. Yeah, that could be because it spawns a slime on round... It spawns a slime on round 4. And then he started the next round immediately. And then there's more slimes coming immediately after that. And so I could delay these slimes a little bit more. But that version, this version is different already. So it was true back then, but it's no longer true now. Because there's 2 coming here. You can see here, there's 2 coming. And then there's 3 coming very slowly. And he said that because he saw TK play an old version. He didn't play it himself. Anyways, guys, I don't have the time to deal with this, okay? Like, let him sit there. Okay, chunk range. Ellipse collision. Okay, so that would be... Let me see. For enemies inside area. Ground collider. What the hell am I doing? Draw missile. There it is. So this is where I was coming from. It does a rectangle collision on the target. So we need to get the why is it a pointer? I see. Get rectangular collision from the hero. Then hero collider. Rect collider. And then we check rectangular collision. Or we check if it's not colliding. Then of course we continue. We take the rect collider. I guess the rect. and the hero rect collider. If they are colliding. If they are not colliding, then we continue. Otherwise, we call the lambda function on the entity. And so, good. And then we will do oops. They are not colliding. Test the next hero. You have natural regeneration, sir. There is. There we go. We have another one here. They are not colliding. But in this case, it is the enemy rate collider that we're using. I have regains per turn. Exactly. Enemy. Okay, cool. That was a little bit more nuanced, but I need that function anyway. So that's awesome that I can implement that now. Lambda function is named lambda 0 meaning. Yeah, because, well, it's just a function on the entity. And it is a lambda. So, enemies inside rect do. Let's see. Oops, sorry. For enemies inside rect do. It takes a rect, so that's the missile collider. Then we need target components. That would be the active ability. Dot target components. And then that will be the lambda here. So that's this, capturing, and the entity. Reference entity. So what does it do? Actually, we could do it like that. It's fine. So for some... Oh, yeah. And then it does that, actually. That's how we implement this function. So what does it do? When it collides, it needs to check, attack, and do this. If not, clear the ID. Oh, I see. It clears IDs. They are no longer colliding. Oh, I see. That's a little bit more nuanced. No natural regeneration, and you shouldn't rely on a skill on a long cooldown. So you always have to place a mage near your unit. You mean a healer? You have to make your unit a tank so it doesn't die. It feels repetitive, and losing stars for not doing it feels punishing, like, and kills the creativity. Cakes. Immo, you shouldn't lose a star for unit deaths. Okay, I can see that. I can, and I'm willing to negotiate on that fact, because it is quite difficult to just have one unit die and all of a sudden you already lose a star. If I remove that, then we need another incentive or another challenge. And then we could potentially add the no unit dying to a challenge run of the same map that gives you an additional 4th star later. Like you do your 3 stars, you have built, you have done it, and then you'll try to do... But maybe units dying is just part of the process. A hard mode, yeah, like a hard mode would be something that might work. But we have to test, right? I don't know how we would do that yet. I would say that the star for not losing units is extra to the base 3 stars for the most tryhard players. Completionist, yeah, the completionist stuff could be. Now the question is though, and that would be like a more prominent star, if that makes sense. Like instead of a golden star, it's like a platinum animated silver star or something that's bigger. Right? Not losing units is extra to the 3 stars. Completionist. Cool star. Something like that, right? Oh yeah, good idea. Am I doing something wrong here? Why can I not buy this ability? Yes, this is a bug. Not a bug. It needs to change in a way where you can only get the heal on the healer first. I need to rework that a bit. Yeah, it's not a... Because the healer always has this ability. I'll write that down. Okay, thank you, man. All right. That's a bit annoying for units that are no longer...
Good day.
All of the units that are overlapping.
Anyways, keep your truths to yourself and do not help them.
Do I want to read this text or do I want to fix this bug from Rico? Okay, I have an idea. We do an array of UIDs of, let's see, missile, right? How many targets does a missile have? At most 20. Okay. Oh, I have an idea. I guess we could do auto. But we need to populate. Wait, if they're no longer overlapping. But if they are already overlapping. Oh, I think I know what to do. If they are already over... I see how to do it. So basically we do an auto. Overlapping units is missile.targets. The hit targets. Or let's call it hit targets. Right? So we store the hit targets. And then whenever an entity is inside, we do the code to test if it's already inside. We'll do that. Wait. I think I got it. So then missile dot hit targets dot clear. We reset the targets that we have hit, but we have stored them, but we are saving them. And then oh, do we need to capture the missile? Good. And then this is the entity. And over here that would be return. Skip overlapping hit targets. So if we have already hit a target and we are still overlapping with it, then we don't want to attack it again. Otherwise we would attack 10 times a frame. So, but we also need to add that to the hit targets. So missile hit targets. Ring buffer index. Oof. Yeah. Add the enemy to the ring buffer. I guess we'll do that. Add the target. I mean, I suppose we just do it like this. Since it's always clearing itself anyways, I just add it to the hit targets. And then at most, it can only add if it's not full. So if is full. Oh, wait, it's a missile dot hit targets dot is full. Then we return. Can hit at most 20 targets at once. Now it always adds that, right? So it does missile.hit targets .add, and then it wants the ID, so that would be the entity.id. Or we call it target in this case. So that would be target. So we add to the ID. And we skip overlapping targets. That means if they are already present in here, then we skip these targets. Const reference hit targets. Can I do that? Is that possible? No? Hit targets? Okay. And if the hit targets contains ID, I think what we can do is just if hit targets dot contains the target dot ID, then it's overlapping. And we return. Skip overlapping already hit targets. But we still need to add it. Add targets to currently overlapping targets. Skip overlapping already hit targets from the previous videos. Frame. Guys, I gotta focus on that in a second, okay? For a second here. Then we can get rid of this, and we can attack, and then we add to the missile, like the shake duration and stuff like that. So we attack the target using the stats of the active ability. That means we need to capture that too. Good. And I think there it is. And now I would assume what we can do here is, oops, we need to make sure that the target is not submerged. So, meaning here, ignore buried targets. And the way that works is component buried. That's what it is. So essentially what we're doing here is if the target is buried and it's currently not attacking something else, then we return. We ignore that target. We don't do anything with this. And if we can no longer hit a target, then we also return. We don't do it. Submerged. Yeah, they are submerged. Exactly. Hello Jacob on YouTube. Good morning. Hope you're doing good, man. There we go. Okay, so that should be it. And now if I just comment out this function, we should no longer be able to hit the slimes. It works. Look at this. It works. Fixed. Cool. We fixed another bug. Oh, that makes me happy. That's amazing. Awesome. Only reads YouTube messages. Collector's alt. Guys, don't spam. What are you doing? I must admit I was wrong. I played Tangy TD demo yesterday evening and I was I have to say I was blown away. The innovation, the loops, the art, everything feels exciting. You really cooked up a good demo. You release the next fest, create a big hype. You should definitely charge 20 euros for this masterpiece. Also, take a day or two just to relax and enjoy people playing your demo. Must be a great feeling that people enjoy your game. Yeah, so that's totally... The shop is always in the same position. Yeah, so far it is, yes. We have burying mechanics now? Yes, we do. Oh, there's many other mechanics that I will add to the game. That's totally not us? Yeah, I know. Nice message. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the nice message, bro. Totally meant that, for sure, right? You totally meant to type that. Will there be a Tangy? Not right now, no. There's no need to have one. Why? What for? Oh god. God damn, bro, that's crazy. Heal. He's poisoned. Just wanted to give some love. Yeah, I write long explanations with no eyes. Lol, Twitch folks are starting to learn how to butter up cakes. Also, good morning. Hey, Mr. Who Cares? By the way, thank you very much for subscribing to YouTube yesterday. I really appreciate that, bro. So, guys, question. Is the boss too difficult or not? What do you guys think? For those of you who played the game. Poison? Yeah, he poisons. Collector is banned for an hour. Okay, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You're getting 20 minutes. It's easy with the fire upgrades. It killed a Tangy in one shot, yeah. His explosion attack is brutal. The cooldown is too quick. The bomb, you mean this bomb here? Which bomb are you talking about? The juice bomb? Yeah, it's supposed to be OP. It's gonna be much more difficult enemies in the future. And so the bomb kind of has to be overpowered that way. Does barrier work? I don't have barrier. I don't know what... oh, the barrier on the heal? No. No, the bomb. I want the bomb to deal damage. It feels good. It's like a last-ditch effort to kill enemies. No, guys, the bomb is not the problem. Anyways, okay, I'll think about it. This works, so we can get rid of this one, this function here. And now that bug is gone too. Where is it? Shield orbs hit buried targets. Good. We could do the healer lighting ability really quickly, because that's fast to do. We could make it in a way where this is like the beginning part, and then it'll just start with tier 2 and tier 3. So this one will be tier 1, this will be tier 1, and then this is tier 3 or tier 2, and this is tier 2. And then all we gotta do is just change the grid a little bit to where this part is here. This part is here. Then we have like this small little disconnected node, and then this one starts here, and this one starts here. And then we'll just have... The skill tree for the healer is gonna look a tiny bit different than the others. Can we buff Lightning Strike? Lightning Strike sucks. Okay, I'll think about it. Yeah, sure. One here, one here. Actually, there's too many lines. I can't see. Too many connections. Okay, so that one's disconnected. That's good. Put this here. There we go, looking good. So far. There's also too many here. There we go. And then we'll just put a node here, I suppose, or here. Like, I suppose we have 16 here. Or maybe here for now. It's gonna be a bigger node and then a bigger node here too. Can we rate the demo on Steam now? No, not yet. I'm working on that though. Yeah, and then I have this root node. There's no longer doesn't need to be a root node. Then we put that here. This one here too. And then this is not how I want that. I mean, we could do this. That. And then put this one here. I guess we'll start it like that. That's fine. We'll do the same thing here. Let's get a new one. 29. Doesn't really matter. Good stuff. That one. That one here. And that's this one. We don't need a connection here. Yeah, we need a couple more. But I love this, you know, when stuff comes together finally like that. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, guys. We can go to the node here. From there, boom. Save it again so we don't lose the progress. And that'll make the healer a little bit more complete, even though there's still a lot more to do. Put one. Yeah, they will put 3 here. Let me see. 3, 3. There's one node missing here. 1, 2, 3. 1. So that'll be connected like this. Then we need one more node here. Somewhere. That is connected like this. And then one more node at the bottom here. That we can connect like that. And I think we are good now. That'll be the skill tree of the healer for now. It'll look a little bit different than the other skill tree. But that's what it is. Oh, I'm missing a connection here. It's difficult to see with the grid. Let's see. Connections are done. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's the skill tree for the healer for now. Did you see my feedback that heroes have no names, Cakez? Yes, I've gotten that before, but I don't think I want to change that. I've gotten that, yeah. Because fill the empty nodes. Yeah, we will fill the empty nodes. So let's see. Healing power. Then this one will be a bigger node. That'll be... I don't have a node for healing, unfortunately. I suppose I can use hearts. I guess I'll just reuse some stuff. So that'll give us a stat for healing power. Someone's at the door. Give me a sec. It'll be 10%, and then I suppose range as well. 1 second, someone's at the door. Be right back. How would people refer to each unit if they have no name? I think they even do have a name, though. I'll check a look at that. I think they do. Range. Okay, we'll increase the range by 10%. Good. And then, maybe there's one too many nodes here. Let's do stronger healing faster. And then let's make it a bit better. Make it a small one, I suppose. I don't know. What would that be? Cast time, maybe? Cast time? Minus 4%. Nah, cast time sucks because I don't really use that. We could say... What would be a good one? I think I have hero cost. Is it cost? Cost minus 5%. Hero cost. Okay. Let's do a sprite for that. Yeah. I like that. You can decide to go towards the next ability, or you can go invest into stats. Heavily into stats. And then I suppose I'll do another one here. I'm gonna have to spend more time on that, but for now we'll do that. Cost minus 5%. Again. Attack speed, chain damage, chain damage, chain damage. So over here, since we are... It needs to have the lightning damage. We are not really attacking much here, right? So this, I think what this should be, is actually very easy. Projectile speed. Because this guy is really slow in terms of projectile. Let's see. Projectile speed. Increase that by 20% minimum. Even like 40%. Or give it like 30% for now. Let's keep it 20% though. So that first. Projectile speed. And then what could we do as well? We do have chain on this unit. When it attacks, it chains target. So we can go for chain damage. I suppose I'd do that. Chain damage and projectile speed. So basically projectile speed, her projectiles fly really slowly, and therefore she misses enemies a lot. That helps with that a little bit. And then I'll also add that here. Actually, the lightning damage, I like that a lot, and the attack speed, the base. 5 makes her go from 50 to 55. Good morning, Cakes. Hey, Webbly Wobbles. Good morning, man. I appreciate it. Welcome, bro. The healer and archer look too similar to each other. Kinda, I guess. I don't agree 100%. I can see why you mean that, but I don't agree. Let me see. Ability cost. Healing power range. Yeah, then this needs to be 5% range. 8% is a bit too much. Projectiles, chain damage. All right. Okay. What sprite do we use for this? I guess we use that. Okay. Attack speed. I guess we will go with cooldown reduction here instead of range. So we'll use... Actually, wait, is that cooldown? No, that's duration. Yeah, cooldown reduction on those. And then we can go for... I suppose we go for some damage here. So this one will be damage in general. I think it will just be, where is it? Ah, here, damage. This one gives 10% damage. 10% is a bit much. And then this will be cooldown reduction. Sorry, cooldowns. And then the minus 4% on both of these. Minus 4%. Minus 4. And this is when I have to save again to not lose progress. Attack speed, cooldown, damage. I actually can use this sprite here. That gives us damage in general. Which is a multiplier on top. I'm crashing out so hard even coffee can't help. Really? What happens, bro? What's going on? And then over here we have more cooldown, an area of effect. Which doesn't really help, because this is an AoE ability, right? But I guess AoE helps with these. That's a useless stat on this. Do we have a chain range? Barrier? Banner power? True damage? Chaining range. We do. Let's give it 20% chaining range. Not 19, 20. And over here it'll give us lightning damage. Lightning damage. Am I blind, guys? Ah, here is 10%, 10%, and 10%. Safe, and then this needs to have the lightning sprite, which will change, by the way. Good, these are all filled in. Nice. Chaining range, cooldown time. I don't know what to put in here yet. That'll be okay for now. 5% healing, cooldown, hero cost, attack speed, healing power, range. I think these should be 5%, because otherwise the healer is kind of powerful. Becomes quite powerful quite fast. It's 20% range already, just with a couple of levels. Then we have the healing circle. And I have healing and area of effect. This is where I can go for area of effect. So over here, I want to go for AoE. And that will be this one. Wait. What is AoE? This is AoE, and what's the range? I suppose this is a range? Or maybe that? Would be good to say. Nah, I'll use the arrow for range. Use the arrow for range. Yeah. And then this will be AoE. Oh wait, we have AoE at the bottom here. Okay. So then this will be AoE. 10, 10, 10. we'll have to see, right? If this works out, then that's great. If it's too OP, we're gonna have to change that. So 30% AoE, healing power again, getting stronger healing. I think I'll keep the healing power. I mean, I do have healing power. I could go for cooldown as well, but we have cooldown here. Just make it stronger healing for now. And then if that doesn't work out, we'll do something else. Healing power, 8%. Good. And then we just have one last thing here. I think we should go for cooldown. Big cooldown on this. Raw heal. Let's see. Here's raw healing. On this one. You think it should be here? I'll do it like this for now. And then I'll do the same thing here. Giving 10%, 10 flat healing. But then these need to have the same, kind of the same icon. Otherwise that doesn't work. Healing, and the other one has AoE. Wow, 20% is a bit much though. Gotta say, I think that's too OP. We'll do 10% for now. Yeah, cool. So now the healer can only really have this ability, and then it'll go here for now. Now the skill tree is not done yet, but at least it's much better than before. Can you unequip items like shield a head without replacing them? I misclicked and gave an item the wrong unit, but I don't see an option to unequip. Not yet. Not yet. I'm thinking about adding it, but I don't know if I should. Game balance is a funny thing. Single digit can make a break your entire game. Yeah, it can. And so we'll have to be careful, but for now I'm happy. This is good. And that means we have another to-do scratched off the list. It's gone here. And I think that makes the healer more viable and fun to play, hopefully. And you're saying that this ability sucks, Lightning Strike. Yes, it does. It's really bad. If it's a powerful ability, it should have like 100 lightning damage at minimum, right? Since the cooldown. It's a bit much though. Times 10. Then we'll start with 110. Alright, so the ability is a bit stronger now. 120 lightning damage. That should be good. I wonder if someone would try to micromanage and unequip items from dead units to give it to the next one that is alive. I don't think you can even do this, because if your unit dies, then you can't access the unit anymore. Here. So I can't really click on him. See this? Here. When I have this selected, it deselects it, so you can't unequip. The only way that you would be able to unequip is through here. And then moving the weapon back into the inventory, or like having a unequip button, right? Okay, good. So now I kind of want to do a little bit of cheating and spawning a ginormous wave, so that let's first see. Let's see here. So I want to generate some gifts for the game. Let's create a good frame. I think that one's good. It shows the shop. And then we can put some defenders here. What I want to do is give the defenders I just want to show the, I think I just want to show the defenders. Give them level 20. Give them almost everything you can. Projectile lifetime. Split count. For example, that. Projectile count. Let's see here. Attack speed, cooldown. Oh, 8% is too much. Way too much. Okay, for example, that. And then I want to cheat some money. So that this guy gets... not the steel sword. This one, the Windbane. Because then that allows me to return projectiles. I want a shield on him. And then I want to give him a nice hat. There we go. Okay, so that's the first guy. A leather helmet is not part of the default items, unfortunately. Why GIF, not MP4? The reason for GIF is because I want to put it on Steam. Here. Where is it? On this page, in the description, only GIFs can be put here. As far as I know. I don't think you can upload MP4 files, can you? Is that possible, guys? Do you know this? I don't think you can, right? Kinda doubt it. So I can't do that, which is why I need to create GIFs. And this is what I did before to showcase the different units, but it's too zoomed in. And also it's no longer correct. I think it's GIF only. You sure WebVBM isn't supported? I don't know, to be honest. I kind of want to set the hero level to like 100. Because I want to go for banners as well. Okay, and then I want to sell this guy here. Let's see how that plays for now. Doom! That's big. Oh my god. You see that? God damn. I wonder if the ability lasts so long he can activate it twice. Oh my god. God, I love that. The cooldown reduction on this is crazy. Okay. Now I just need to spawn. It's gonna be a big wave for testing. So we can get some really juicy stuff going on. I want to spawn some vicious rats. I want to spawn some normal rats, but a lot of them. I want to spawn goblins. And I want to spawn archers. There we go. And a lot. Like a lot. Talking like 40. 30, 40. This one's gonna be like 100. And then this one's gonna be a 50 or something for sure. I kind of have to split it up though. It's gonna be 40 here and 40 here, I guess. 0.4. And we can even do an FPS test, right? How much that strains the FPS of the game. Dot path index is 1. Oh, actually that's 2 and 3 as far as I remember. Gotta double check here though. So paths. Path index 0 is the first. Then 1 is also the main path. Then 2 is the side path for the reds. 3 is the side path for the reds. And 4 is the boss path. Okay. So 2 and 3. That's what we can do. So I want to spawn... I guess I'll spawn a bunch of vicious rats here. Whoops. Never mind. And then on path 3, I spawn a lot of normal rats. Like 0.1 or 0.2. Get rid of screen to give, please. Yeah, wait. Dot path index is 0. That's the long path. And then we have dot path index 1 for the archers. And they also spawn, I guess, once every second. Let's just see if we can create an onslaught like that. You guys ready? Okay. Now I have to restart though. Would be great if you could see the path when hovering the enemies. Yeah. I'll try to add that in. I know. It's something that would be great to have. For sure. Also, I want to add the, let's see, default items. Leather cape. Item leather. Huh?
Jetzt ist 22.
Ja. 45 Minuten von jetzt ist 5 nach. 5 nach 4. Ja. 5 nach bis 7 nach 4. Okay, guys, I'm gonna reset all items real quickly. So that we can get to the leather helmet. It's not part of it. Actually, I saw it. I think it's there. Ah, it is. Okay, cool. I need the leather helmet because it upgrades into get recipe. The leather helmet can upgrade into a cooler helmet. Leather helm, item, helm. Bearer helm, holy shield. Wooden helm, bone helm, demon helm. I think the demon helm is cool. Or, no, actually. Night helm. That's cooler. It auto starts rounds option leftover from previous. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I need to remove that, the auto start round. I'll add that in. I'll do that later. I like the shop system and TFT upgrades you cooked with this cakes. Ah! I appreciate that, bro. See, I told you it's what's gonna worth it. It's better, much, much better than the old item system, isn't it? Okay, so now this is gonna be an onslaught. Hey, Mr. Christ, my man. Yeah, I was cooking here, right? All right, so shield. Shield. Leather helm. Unlucky. Unlucky. Lucky. Okay, so we need the wind bane. Good. And then we'll build another guy. Here. Actually, the default items, right? Does not have a bearer helm? Which we should have. Reset all items. Hopefully now. Want of sparking. Oh god. Can we get the bearer helm or not? I'm not getting one. Uh-oh. Costs 300 money already. Screen to give windows on purpose to see what I will be able to see, yeah. Yes. Fine, I'll do it like this. I will put, I guess, an hourglass here. I kind of want to get... I guess I'll give him this then. Fine. Give him this. Okay, so he's gonna be the banner guy. And then he is going to be the projectile guy. So, guys, watch this. It's gonna be insane. Let's see how that... God damn! Holy! Oh my god! Wait, F7. Okay. Okay, so that would be the first unit, right? There's a lot of stuff that you could do here. That's so, yeah, right? That's the idea. Like, you could do so many cool things. And what's missing here a little bit is that this ability is not that strong yet. I need Pierce. This needs to be so much stronger. So what I just noticed is that this is underwhelming, while this one is OP. And so I need Pierce for sure. Which means I need to write that down. Defender, oops. Defender needs Pierce. Oh shit. That's for shield throw. There we go. Okay, now it's the Ranger. The Ranger is OP, guys. I think. Kinda, he is. Let's see, can we get Pierce on this guy? Can definitely get attack speed and Pierce, and then that. Lone Ranger. More attack speed. Oh, we want cooldown time for sure. Oh, here. Pierce. See, like, we want that. Or we could go this way. And then just unspick out of these. We don't need attack speed, but for sure cooldown. Then split count. I don't know if that works a lot or helps. Or test. Yeah, I haven't implemented this tree here yet. You can see, right? Chill effect. Should huge AoE damage be on the defender in the defense branch on of the tree? Yeah, like the AoE is more for the banner rather than for the defense. It's not like really defense, it's more for buffing more people, but I know what you mean. Range, burning arrow, dot damage, burn chance, pierce. Oh, we need one more pierce for sure. Area of effect, projectile speed. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything good here? Maybe more AoE? Oh yeah, we're gonna go for maximum AoE, man. Here. Attack speed. This one has nothing yet. AoE. Oh my god. What? Wait a minute. This will be OP. Like, this is too strong. I can already tell you guys, that's OP. These guys will be... way too strong. We need more money. I kind of need more different types of bows though. Let's give him this. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh god, we're getting unlucky. Shit, I guess a longbow here. Okay, so 2 longbows. And I guess do that too. I kind of want a cape though. More capes. Yeah, like this. Oh, look at that. Damn. Actually, we can't use that. I need more capes. There we go. That's fine. Okay. Now, let's see this. This guy's going to get explosive arrow. Actually, I'm gonna give this guy... Or this guy, maybe. He's gonna be the piercing guy. We could do Poison Cloud too. It's super impressive how much polish you've added to all the little things since the start. Hello, Mr. Peter. How you doing? Good morning. Bruh, this is gonna be insane. I don't know if the AoE works on this, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Okay, wait. Oh my god. Wait a minute. The AoE kinda doesn't work, but that looks amazing. Oh my god. They don't take any fire damage. I guess they do, but not enough. Nice effects. It's a bit too big, I have to say. So wait, the burning arrow doesn't work. God damn it, I have it on 2, do I? No, this one's fine. Fire looks a bit broken. Let's do that. I need to sell this guy. I'll do this. This and this. And then I'll put some defenders at the bottom here to defend. What do we have here? Some stuff here. Nice little sword here. Put that sword here. Let's give that him. And he can have a club. He has a normal sword. Then he gets this sword. Stuff like that. He can get this. Cool. And then I'll give him a shield. Do I have something that merges? No. So then that doesn't work. Can reroll though. Get another shield here. There we go. Okay, so that looks good, I think. Let's see. Goodness. Okay, let's record this. Let's see what happens. We have some good stuff. I can't really tell what's going on. Well, did that work out? I don't know. Just like Dresden 45. I mean, let's test that. I feel like they are not as powerful as the other guys. Let's see.
Collector's alt account just joined.
Glad to be back to my favorite Vulcan and Godot stream. Please keep your functions shorter than 5 lines.
Okay, I think we got here. I think we got good enough. This is good enough. And now, I suppose what I could do is just add healers to the mix. And give her range, range, range. Healing, cooldown. Healing, healing, healing. Cooldown. AoE. Attack speed. Damage. Just put all of this, whatever, right? There we go, that should be fine. Bera helmet. Oh, there is one. I see. I'll put this here. Bera helmet is another one. Can I put it on her? Actually, I can, lol. Looks a bit odd, but it works. Like that. Boom. Oh shit, I had wand. Here. Is this wand? Get some more. Give her that. Oh god, that looks bad. Aha! Well, it is how it is now, I guess. Wand of Sparking, yeah. Trying to get... Ah, a wooden wand. Yeah, okay. Inventory full, yeah, it is. Well, now it's not. Alright, let's just keep recording and continuing. Uh-oh, they are bugged because of that. Oh, and then some of these guys... Oh god, that sucks. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, that didn't work out. Let's do that one more time. Let's sell these guys. And then just put healers in there. Or just put healers close to these so they heal most of them. Get all of this stuff. The lighting abilities, I don't really want to showcase them because they are not done yet. You can see that they are totally out of date. Okay, so the chain lighting is done, but the rest is not. Haven't been able to do it yet. Oh wow, she can heal all of them as well. Okay, so double heal. But let's test if we cannot get some more ones. Some more re-rolling action going on here. I think that looks a bit odd. Here, wand. Boom. Another one. Okay. Let's test. Oh shit, oh shit. I didn't stop the recording. Oh no. Let's see if we can just do this. Oh, I have an idea. I know what to do. I know how to showcase the healer. And I have to stop recording, bro. Goodness. Hey, Apfel mit, Juice mit Apfel drin. Good morning, man. Lazy Dev, how are you doing, man? Good morning. Deep Forest. We'll add in Bush Monster. 1. Godot equals ban. Enemy slime. We spawn 100 in over 2 seconds on path index 4. Actually, we can do 0. And then 1, and then not 100, but let's say 30. 30, and then the bush monster starts on 4. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna be the next kind of replay thing. And what I'll showcase here is healing. So we'll put a defender here to defend, and then we'll put a healer so that she reaches the defender, the ranger, and another ranger here, I guess. And then we need to put another healer here so that she can reach this guy too. Now obviously we need to buff some money. And these guys, I guess he will get shield bash. Ah, that was a bad idea. Should not be shield bash. Give him that, and then I suppose that's it for now. Alright, so this. Oh cool, wand for this. Put a wand here too. Oh, we can get a quiver on this guy. I guess we'll get a bow on this guy and a longbow on this guy. Another one here. Then we need a shield on him. We have 2 of wands already. Bira helmet. Can put that on him. Good. Leather helmet. He will get 1. And then she's gonna get an hourglass. Another hourglass. And let's see. So this is gonna be boss recording. Actually, I want to move the recording this time so that it focuses on the boss. It shows the boss here too. Like that. I can't really move it much higher, can I? No. Alright. Let's see if this works. It has to be the gift for Steam. They don't accept MP4. I don't think they do, no. Let's do that.
Don't be afraid of poor marketing and you'll be stronger. Good game will sell nonetheless. The money will come to you.
I mean, we'll see. Okay, so we got a big recording now. Let's just see what happens here. Maybe you can get some more stuff. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Hello, AQ. How you doing, man? Okay. So, stop. This is going to take a long time, guys. Wait, it's that fast? Now, all we gotta do is choose the frames that we like and turn that into a GIF, export it, and we're done. Don't need to do GIFs and probably shouldn't. If you inspect an element of the video, you can see that it's a WBM and an MP4. Why not have a level with lots of starting money and lots of enemies? It was faster than I thought. It's actually quite nice. Alright, so let's find a good frame that looks cool. I think we already have that, right? Oops. think that's great. Yeah, this is what I want. Boom. That's good. Next. Okay, so frame 25. Let's see. And then this is where... Yes. Here. Here to frame 25. Delete all of these, yes. And then this. Good. Go to like 50 or something. Why update the Steam page? Because it's out of date, bro. It's no longer the same page. It's no longer the same game. That's why. I feel like it doesn't show very well. Okay, and then now from 70 to where? Maybe there's better stuff here though? Let's see. I think I did a better job. Yeah, I think I did this. Right, we do 400 and then we go back to the beginning to 25. Hello Debugger, good morning. Cakez, can I hire you to do things, to do those GIF edits for me? Seems you're an expert at it. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Good stuff. Yeah, that's good. 200. So 200 is where I stop. Unless there's something more, but no. Then it like... Yeah, I forgot about it. Kind of forgot about it. For like a long time. How many wishlists have you got so far? About 1,000. Okay, so this is me. Like, I'm looking at the bottom here now. I can make that bigger. But me placing healers. Applying the skill tree. Placing healers again. So from 200 to like 2,000, nothing's happening. This one's cool though. So am I using the ability? No, I'm never using that ability though. Okay, from 2,000 all the way to here. To like 3,100 or something. Holy, from 200, sorry. Delete all of that. What frame exactly? Boom, boom, boom. So, 180. Let's say 190 to 3,100 something. $3,180. Let's delete all of that. Just tapped in. This looking nice. Hello, Mr. Ramos. My wishlist slowdown got boosted a bit. Did it delete those? Oh, it did. Okay, so we no longer have that many frames left. Wait, what? Huh? So was? Nein. Ja. Sicher. Ja. Is he not doing anything, man? I think I need to re-record the boss. The boss does nothing. Yeah. Okay, so shit. That's annoying. So I kinda don't have a recording for the boss. Which means we'll do a separate recording for the boss, it's fine. So we delete all of those. So this is the... I guess we can call it big battles, right? This is what it is. What do you guys think? This is not fake gameplay. This is what it will be in the future. It's called a vertical slice or something. It's called a showcase. Marketing not important? Yeah, totally not important, right? Yeah, we'll do that. I'll put that in. I like that a lot. Looks good. And so what I do with this now, when I have this, right? This is why I did this. Hopefully it's still set up. You can edit this to have a border. And I have set it up that it's 14 pixels on all sides. And the color for the border, this color right here, 26, 56, and 39, this is the Steam color. So I'm applying a border on all the frames. Now, why do I do that? It'll make sense in a second. So applying this right now. You can't do this after I've completed the levels because you then need to build the levels first, which takes too long. You need to build something that is supposed to showcase what's gonna be. Unless, so that's why you mark it. That's how you do that. Like, it's not like build the game first, then market. That's not how it works. You do both at the same time. And so all I'm doing here is I'm just spawning a lot of enemies and I'm showing what the game will be. It's like a demo, yes, exactly. And a watermark is an image that I selected, which is the border. And then all I need to do is apply that to all frames as well. So I select all of them at the bottom. And I apply that border on top of the... I apply the watermark, which is an image, on top of the border. And now I have first built a border. I have a watermark on top, which is an image. And then the last step will be a caption. And it'll just be called Giant Battles. So caption now. And then all we do, I have already selected how this is gonna look. Giant Battles. There we go. Maybe move it a tiny bit down. Or a tiny bit up. And apply again on top of all of the frames. And now the GIF is actually done. Cakez, I asked you before, but I think you're in breach of Stream's guidelines by using the Steam logo in that wishlist button. I don't think so, because there's so many other games that do that exact same thing. And the Steam logo looks the same. And so now File, Save As. And then this will be Giant Battles. We save it. And while we wait for that to save, because that's going to take some time, we can go to the games page. into the store page. We edit that, and then we edit the description. And in the description here, we can upload pictures. We can browse for a file, and it should be in the correct location. So once this is saved, which is gonna take... Actually, it is saved already. So it should be... Giant Battles. There it is. Steam GIFs. There it is. So we upload that file, Giant Battles. And I wonder how big the file is actually. How much was it? 2 megabytes? Nah, man. There's no way this is 2 megabytes. No way. It's 14 megabytes because it's a bit bigger, yeah. So that's big. We have 14, 8, and 2. Which is still below 25 megabytes for the Steam page. So that will work. Now we just wait for it to upload though. It's gonna take some time. And then... it's done. Cakez, read my message above. Ever since Steam introduced a new player, they have converted all GIFs to VBM videos, so I wouldn't care about size. It will be compressed anyways. Oh, I see. So then I need to update that too. I see. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, it takes some... Actually, it takes some time. Yeah, so for some reason I always get this. Not sure why. Okay. And then we can now add the Giant Battles to this. Where is it? Here, Giant Battles. Selected image. There we go. Cool. And then we can get rid of this one for now. Giant Battles. It's not perfect. It's a little bit cut off at the bottom. But for now, to save it and upload it to Steam so that the players get an idea of what the game is. That's good enough. And then, okay, so tomorrow we'll try out the VBM versions then. Successfully published. Okay, so we now went from this small little picture to this. Which I think is just much better than before. Right? So now the game feels a little bit more flashy. It automatically converts the GIFs. Yeah, I'll try VBMs then. Maybe that's a little bit more efficient. Just making a video and turning those into... I'll try that next. I'll test out a little bit if I have time. And if not, we do that tomorrow. See how you compose the GIF? Yeah, you can. The uploaded file is 3 megabytes. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Great. Guys, I have to leave. I have a phone call in like 0 minutes. So I'm gonna send you over to Jackie Coates. Hopefully you had fun today. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you all tomorrow, okay? Guys, thank you very much for the big support. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.